Hello class, my name is Christopher Rockwell. This is my Project 4 video review for MDF term 1307. This week was really exciting. Finally got to deal with some web services using Objective-C, which one thing I did realize is you can do a lot more with less code dealing with Objective-C, because if we were doing the same thing with JavaScript, we would have to do the AJAX calls and all that different thing. So I was really excited to realize the simplicity of working with data, dealing with it in Objective-C. From what I can see so far is that since they have objects that are named certain things, like the requester and the connection and the URL, that they have, of course, they have built-in functionality, so we don't really have to build that functionality up as much, which is very, very relieving for me. One thing about web services, that's what really kind of got me into programming. It's kind of what motivated me to want to be a programmer, is to deal with the Facebook API, the Twitter API, Instagram, all those exciting social networks. The fact that we're able to manipulate their data and kind of shape it how we want, I feel that was really, really neat, and I always wanted to figure out how to do it. So that being said, let's get off into some code. One issue I did have, because the XML data that was actually presented in the videos had attributes, or it had like food name equals, it had the equal sign. Now the data I dealt with had just simply, the tag, and it had the text in between the tags, and then it had the closing tag. So there was no equal sign or attribute, so I had to do a different method versus the one in the video. What I had to end up doing was, after I get through parsing the information, right up here, the start element, I had to come down and do found characters. So for every element, if it had characters in between, it would come down here to found characters. And then I had to go through the found characters data and figure out, if it was a title, I would save it to my mutable array. My mutable string. And I would append it right here to my mutable array name string. And the mutable array string, is the string that's coming from within the actual tag. So it was getting that string, and then when it ends the tag, if the element name is equal to title, which I'm trying to get the title, and it's less than 10, the reason why I have count is less than or equal to 10 is to make sure all my elements, the only elements I'm saving are within 1 to 10. So I'm not getting all 950 items that this function is actually parsing. I'm just grabbing the 10 I need and then continuing on from there to the byline or the author, the publication date, and the keywords. And then when I reach the end, I know I reached the end because the result set tag. Result set tag is everything, is the parent of all the other tags. So when that tag is reached at the end, I know I'm at the end. So what I did was reload my table data, because what I had to do, of course, when you initiate the table view right off, you haven't parsed the data yet, and you don't have the data. As soon as you load the view in the table, so what I had to do was reload the data. So what that actually is doing is going through, and if my title count equals 10, then it's going to get the data from the titles, because I don't want to call in the titles data, and it doesn't have any titles, because like I said before, when it loads, it hasn't parsed any data yet. So if not, just to keep from getting errors, I just left it blank. And if it does equal 10, I mean I have 10 items, 10 titles, so that means I've loaded all my my XML data and stored it into my titles array. Then I want the cell text label.text equals to that particular title at the index of that particular row. So let's just get off into some code so I can kind of show you how everything's working. I'm going to open up an app called Air Server, which actually displays my iPad screen. See if I can get it to pop up here. Alright, here we go. As you see, I'm mirroring my iPad screen to my MacBook. Let me close this out. And the app, I just named it Headlines because it's going through and it's grabbing, as you can see here, the popular New York Times headlines. Now if you notice the delay, it does have a small delay, because what I'm doing, like I said right off, is blanking out everything to keep from getting errors, and then when I get the XML data, then I'm populating my list. Excuse the titles. I mean, these are actual, like I said, we're doing XML data. We're grabbing this from the New York Times server or API. So let's just click on one. President offers a personal take on race in the U.S. And it gives the author, the publication date, and the keywords that describe this, as well as up here where it says President offers a personal take on race. Of course, that's the title that was in the previous table view item. So I'm grabbing that title as well and putting it here. So all my data is right here. In the post number 8, that's not statically placed there. I'm actually going out and grabbing the number of the index row +1 to get numbers 1 through 10 instead of 0 through 9. And I'm just, if I click on the first one, it's post 1, the last one, post 10. Thought that was, just a way to always keep things from being static and kind of remotely load everything. And then I go to my XML data. And right here is just the whole raw XML file right here. Just to kind of, as you can see up here at the top, result set, that's the parent of all. That's why over here in my code, when I reach, let's see, over here in my function that says did in element. Now if it did in element, and if the element equals result set, as you can see right here, then I know I'm at the end. So it shuts down all the functionality at that point, and then I want to reload my table view. Like I say, the only problem I had was really with playing with the found characters. But other than that, everything else is pretty much straightforward. I just simply did a singleton to pass the XML data to my third view, to this view right here. So I just plugged up a singleton, set the data over here in the view controller.m. And then after I set it here, I just simply went into it's my second view controller. And I just set it right here. So I got the instance of the XML text from this here, and then I just set it to the particular singleton. So like I said, I really didn't have many issues. I really enjoyed this week. It was very exciting to kind of work with web services with Objective-C. And I can definitely see how this will play a big role in our future as developers. Hope y'all enjoyed just as much as I have. Y'all have a great day.